Hello,
there
everyone.
we go. Sorry, guys, it took us a minute to get set up. We had a couple links and our lights weren't cooperating, but we are here now. Nate is not here because he's running a little late, but we are going to be recording our unboxing video today. So super duper exciting. If you guys have never watched one of our unboxing videos, we have 5 in the past that you can watch. You can go back and check those out. I recommend our Halloween one. I think that's probably one of our funniest, but we have a whole bunch of them. And basically what we do is we have alphas submit fan mail to us. Our P.O. Box link is down below. There's some guidelines. Just make sure that you follow those. These unboxings are perpetual though. So please don't email us and ask us when the deadline is. There is no deadline.
There is no deadline.
We do them perpetually. When we reach 10 to 8 packages, we record the video. So you can look forward to the next one coming up probably in the next few weeks. We do have some big plans for next week that we cannot mention just yet, but it is something really exciting that you guys will enjoy as well. In terms of the fan mail though, you guys can either send us items that are for us if you want to send us things, but most of the items that we receive, we put in a giant giveaway that we host on the Starla and the Handmade Alphas Facebook page. And you guys can also find it in the Facebook group. So you guys can probably expect another giveaway pretty soon. We probably won't be able to have enough products to do a giveaway on this particular unboxing episode. Usually takes 2 to 3 episodes before we have enough because we want to give away like a huge box. And so far we've given away 2 boxes out of 5 unboxing videos. So it just depends on what type of products we receive. A couple little tidbits for you guys. First of all, Handmade Alpha Academy closed last Sunday? Yes, on
Sunday night.
Sunday night. Congratulations to all. Congratulations to all of our new alphas who joined us. And if you joined Handmade Alpha Academy, feel free to shout yourself out in the comments. That way everybody can clap for you. Our students are making a lot of progress so far, so we're really, really excited. All right, so with this trends video, guys, I've actually done something a little bit different because our trends videos are our most popular. And I know that the summer one is running a little bit late, but keep in mind, even if you don't make products pertaining to these trends, what you can actually do is use some of these color palettes and these themes and these items, almost incorporate them in as props. You could use the trending colors as backgrounds for your marketing photos. If you go and get like some scrapbook paper that follow these color palettes. If you're in Handmade Alpha Academy, watch the photo clipper bonus. Cut, yourself out or your products out and put them over some of these color palettes. Because again, some of these color trends and things, it's really hard to stay on top of these trends when they emerge as the seasons hit. So right now we're in summer. So when it comes to creating completely new products and then marketing them and getting them launched, you're going to be a little bit behind schedule, but I would use this to plan, to actually do some really cool marketing themes. For example, when dinosaurs were trending, I did a key, like one of my key necklaces in the mouth of a rubber dinosaur as a marketing photo, and people really liked it. So there's a lot of cool ways that you can tie these in. Not to mention a lot of these trends, because they're emerging already in summer, we might see them maintain through fall and winter. So there's a lot of perks to watching these trends early because you can incorporate them when they start gaining popularity. I know that you accidentally sweetened your already sweet tea, but can I have a drink of it real quick?
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't like the diet tea. I didn't think you were going to get the diet tea.
I'm sorry. Oh, that is sweet.
Yeah. Gross.
All right, guys. So down below, there's something new, something special, something that I've never done for one of our trends videos. If you pop open for freebies and look for the little, I think it's a palm tree emoji that I used. Yes. You can download our trends cheat sheet. That way you don't have to sit and take notes. You can just download it. It's down there for you. It is ready to go. All of the trends. There are 3 pages. Woo! 3 pages. They're all listed into categories. And I left a little section for notes for today if you guys would like to take notes, or if there's anything that I say that really stands out to you. So go get those down below. We'll continuously shout it out. In fact, you know what I'll do? I will put it into the chat as well. Let me grab that link for you. There we go. All right, so go grab those and you guys can follow along with us. Yay! Handmade Alpha Academy students, I will be adding this into the Academy resource guide in the bonuses vault as well. I just haven't had an opportunity to do that. Okay, so, and there's also a video player on the page, and the video player leads to this video, which is live. So it's kind of catered to the replay. Same as when you get your email with these inside it, which should be, it should only take like 30 seconds to get that email. Make sure to check your spam if you don't get it. But there's also a link for a video where you can learn how to use them. It's just going to lead you back to this live video. So don't worry about clicking the video link. It's more for people who watch the replay. But go get these. And we'll go ahead and start, but leave this window open so you can hear us. So trending themes that I have identified through multiple sources. And at the end, I'll go ahead and show you all of these examples in context, like I always do. But trending themes, the 90s everything, 90s fashion, 90s colors, 90s TV shows, don't use any trademark terms, just 90s in general, windbreakers, all the crazy patterns. This has been trending since like, I would say last Christmas time or last fall even is when it started emerging. But 90s are huge for the pool parties and the summer, themes, because it's also colorful. Flamingos, obviously. Flamingos are always big around summer. Lotus flowers, that's a new one. This would be a really great idea if you sell bath and body products to maybe incorporate them into your scents, into your marketing props. Terracotta. Terracotta is the type of pot that you would see, like, a flower pot that is clay, those orangish color flower pots, the natural clay. And this is really general. The terracotta pots are very popular, and the color terracotta, which is the same color as the pots, is also very popular right now. So terracotta. Lemons. I actually just bought a navy sundress with little yellow lemons all over it. I'm noticing lemons all over the place in terms of marketing photos. I'm seeing like slices of lemons. I'm seeing whole lemons. I'm seeing it in clothing. I'm seeing it on prints. I'm seeing it on different pillows. I'm seeing it in stationery. So keep lemons in mind. Let's see. Pineapples. That's another one that comes back every year for summer. Neon colors, part of that 90s trend. All the fluorescence. Oh, he wants some.
He was asking for it.
Bridal showers. And not just bridal showers, but really witty themed parties. We'll be talking more about those later. Spicy everything. Coke just released, is it spicy watermelon? Or no, maybe it's not Coke. Maybe I'm not thinking Coke.
Dr. Pepper released a berry one.
No,
it wasn't spicy.
No, it wasn't Coke. It was vitamin water. Released spicy watermelon flavored vitamin water.
That's odd. I mean, Coke did their spicy thing last year where they
cinnamon.
Well, they did the 3 fruity flavors that all were like a little bit spicy.
Oh yeah, you can still buy those. Wine is always big, but wine in the summer, it's almost like a shift, because wine in the winter is like a celebration, Christmas time, yada yada. Wine in the summer is more like poolside. I'm seeing a lot less red wines, a lot more white wines. So that might be an idea if you create anything scented. You could do candles. You could do, I'm sure that you could do wine scented soaps. You could do, if you make wine glasses, taking some photos by the pool and just really creating like this festive summer vibe with all of your product photos. Grilling, always big in the summer. Weddings. It is wedding season. Wedding season is huge right now. So if you're a wedding shop, there are a lot of great opportunities that you're going to be able to take advantage of through fall. So that's really exciting too. And we'll be talking about some wedding trends here in just a minute. Bananas, which is crazy because usually around this time of year, we have a lot of trending fruit slices where you see watermelons and lemons and limes and oranges, but bananas in particular are one that I'm seeing a lot. I'm seeing a lot of banana-like jewelry, and I've seen some banana earrings. I'm seeing banana patterns on clothing. So that's actually a new one. Tropical birds are huge right now. Birds in general, but I'm seeing a lot of cockatoos and parrots right now. Elephants, noticing a lot of elephants for summer. let's see, African animals and animal prints. So this is like zebras. We're talking cheetahs, leopards, giraffes. Those are all different animal prints that you might want to incorporate if you do anything in terms of print, whether that be physical prints, whether that be stationery, whether that be clothing. Palm leaves. This has been a perpetual trend since, I would say, last fall. The big palm leaves, you've probably seen them everywhere. They're on clothing, they're on posters, they're on decor. Palm leaves are everywhere. And not to mention, if you can't incorporate palm leaves into your products, it's a really easy thing to either incorporate into your product photos as a prop or to edit into your product photos if you can find just a free PNG file of a palm leaf to overlay into your photos. Camping is huge. All different camping themes. I'm seeing clothing referring to camping, little bears and foxes. I'm seeing little camping birthday parties and camping nurseries, all different camping themes. Enamel pens. This one has also been trending ever since the 90s theme got big. I just bought, show them your enamel pen that I just bought you.
Where's it at?
Right there.
Oh. It'd probably be too shiny through that.
It is a
like an old Windows XP display properties window.
Yeah, can you see it? It's so enamel pins are really big right now. I also I got one for Nate that says pay my invoice because it just, that's what he says on payday, pay my invoice.
See how the cat abuses me.
Oh, is he biting? He likes to nom. Let's see. So enamel pins, that is more the 90s retro. Let's see, LGBT Pride. Obviously, this was Pride Month, but that trend is going to carry over. One thing that I did at Art by Starla Moore was I changed my profile picture. So even if you can't incorporate a product or it doesn't fit your overall brand image, all of the major companies right now are changing their profile pictures to have the Pride flag like in the background behind their logo, or their logo is made out of it. So that's a really cool way to show your own support if it fits your brand image, if it is something that will go alongside with your brand. And don't feel afraid to do it. Like, I know that a lot of people, even if if you support it, you feel afraid to go that far into politics, just because you're afraid that one or two like intolerant people are going to be upset by it.
Yeah.
Don't be upset by it. Even some of the biggest financial institutions have done it this month. Even some of your big gaming companies, which are primarily focused around men who play video games, who you would expect to be
Not anymore.
Well, that's true too. But the online audience is obviously still the same. So scoot in.
I have to get him down from under there, otherwise he might shut the power off.
Okay. It's a weird kind of day.
He's being annoying on purpose. He wants attention.
So don't be afraid to jump in and make a bold move like that, because the publicity that you'll get is better in the long run.
And now he's going to beat up the dog.
Oh, I don't care about that. The dog will run away. All right. Pool parties. We've already talked about pool parties are huge. Okay. If you create anything for party planning, party supplies, invites, decorations, glasses, cups, paper straws. He's back under there. He's literally just... All right,
I'm going to have to lock him upstairs.
He's literally just trying to make you mad. He's sitting upside down with his face on the ground and his butt in the air on top of the power cable.
Come on.
Bye, Bubbers. Everybody say goodbye, Bubbers. Bubbers is a butthead. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, bridal parties. I think I put bridal showers already, so that was a repeat. Wicker. Wicker is huge. Wicker baskets. I'm seeing wicker shoes. I'm seeing wicker hats. I'm seeing wicker furniture. I'm mainly seeing wicker purses. I'm seeing a lot of wicker purses and handbags. I'm seeing things that have a print, like like bikinis that are printed like they're wicker. It's very, very strange. So wicker is one that is huge in decor, in home, and in fashion right now. Macrame. This kind of goes with wicker. If you guys are familiar with macrame, I'm noticing that there's a lot of jewelry shops on Etsy right now who do macrame like necklaces. This might be your time to shine. So consider really pairing your macrame products with some of these themes like the summer and the beach vibes, and maybe getting photos of your products laying in some sand. There's a lot of different cool ways that you can really follow these trends with the products that you already have. Planters. Planters are huge. Succulents are always huge. Right now, I think that bringing the outdoors indoors is a huge theme in home and living. And I've personally kind of fallen to this trend too. We have these little, they're artificial, but we have all these little succulent planters literally all over the house. Every single room of the house has some type of little fake succulent planter. So planters in general. Sunrooms. Anything for a sunroom, decorating a sunroom. And I'll give you guys an example of this because I found this particular article on Target, and it's also listed in your guys' cheat sheet. So I will show you that here in just a little bit if you need an example of what a sunroom is. Let's see. Unicorns are back. They kind of faded out for a minute, but unicorns are back. Mostly pastel unicorns. I'm noticing that we're moving away from like the bright neon rainbow unicorns, and we're moving to a more muted palette for those unicorns. Monochrome is huge this year. Monochrome as in using one solid color in fashion, in decor, and even in advertising. So have you guys ever scrolled through an Instagram feed for a clothing line and they do like a segment where it's all purple, like their backgrounds, the clothing, and if the clothing isn't purple, they put it on like a purple, you know, a purple backdrop, but then it shifts and then it's all yellow. Like everything that you see is yellow, solid yellow, yellow backgrounds, yellow products. And I know I can't not use my hands. They're just going to have to deal with it because I can't not talk with my hands. But do you understand, like when I say monochrome, it's keeping that one color consistent in decor, in fashion. It's really, really big in fashion right now. But if you have no ability to advertise as a monochrome product because you're only, you know, creating one singular product in a listing, what you can instead do is on these feeds like Facebook and like Instagram is group all of these together and do 1 week where your entire feed is themed in blue. Then do 1 week where your entire theme or feed is themed in yellow. And it looks really aesthetically pleasing. It gets people really looking. They're wondering, I wonder, you know, what's coming next. And I see so many companies do this, and it's kind of like a way to cheat so you don't have to make products that necessarily are all yellow or all blue. Yoga is huge. Make sure that if you want to learn more about yoga.
That's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, but in general with summer and like marketing photos, yoga is massive. Be sure to go back and watch our last Q&A with Leslie. Our Q&A before last. Last Q&A was about Handmade Alpha Academy. So the one before that, go watch Leslie. She creates all different types of yoga wear and swimwear, and she gave some really great tips. Natural turquoise, like the gemstone, the actual gemstone turquoise is huge right now in jewelry. I actually just bought a really pretty turquoise bracelet. So margaritas, always big. I'm hitting this stage of my 20s and I don't drink, but if we go out to dinner and I have a drink, I always get a margarita. And I feel like I always joke that every girl in her 20s must go through a margarita stage. And I feel like that's where I'm at right now. I am in my margarita 20s because they're very fresh. They taste like lemonade to me. They're very yummy. So margaritas, I'm seeing little margarita earrings. I'm seeing margarita scents. I'm seeing margarita themed candles. So margaritas, write that down. Okay. Rainbows. Rainbows are huge. Not just rainbows, but pastel rainbows are also huge. This doesn't just go with Pride Month. This goes with, I'm noticing a lot of rainbows in children's clothing. I'm noticing a lot of rainbows in stationery. I'm noticing a lot of rainbows in bags. So that might be something to consider too. Giraffes are big, We kind of covered them with the African animals, but giraffes on their own are really big, not just their print pattern, but the actual giraffe itself. Bachelor parties, and not the type of bachelor parties where, you know, you get mad at the guy. Not those kinds of bachelor parties. Bachelor parties are kind of evolving, and we're moving away from like the trashy, all the dudes get drunk and go to a strip club. And now we're seeing a lot of these bachelor parties where I think with the axe throwing competitions growing big, that's a big one where they'll do a bachelor party at these axe throwing places. It's almost like darts, but you go and it's all, you know, walled in so nobody gets hurt, and you literally throw axes onto targets. I'm seeing paintball bachelor parties. I'm seeing, let's see, what else? What are some I'm trying to think. Oh, ultimate Frisbee. That's another big one that's always huge in the summer. So if you create any type of like invitations, might be a really cool idea to think of some of these trendy things that the guys are doing now, where you can incorporate them in. Like if you're doing axe throwing, you could do, you know, like a lumberjack type themed bachelor party invite. Lots of cool ideas there. Wicker, we've already covered, and macrame we've already covered. So it looks like I totally goofed up that section. So let's scoot down, and look, I accidentally duplicated all those.
Yeah, you did.
So these here are duplicated. We need to go to astrological. You can tell that I made this I decided to make these at 9 p.m. and I got done at 12:30 in the morning. So astrological though, constellations, and different astrology signs are huge. I'm seeing them in, let's see. I've seen them in cross stitch patterns. I've seen them on just cross stitch in general. I've seen them in clothing. I see a lot of really cool jewelry that is either like astrology based, or it has like a full constellation connected by little bars. So this would be a really great one to ride on for, like, I would say probably this will last through Christmas, just because astrology with it coming back. And something else that we noticed that was really interesting on eRank, which I'll show you how to access this in just a little bit. But on eRank, I found that tarot cards were in their movers and shakers section, which means it gets popular and then it kind of drops, but then it gets popular again. So that might be something to consider for all of my alphas who are in that like witchy pagan industry. I would really think about like the old school psychics and palm reading and tarot cards and Ouija boards, because you can do it for summer, but you can maintain it through fall, because it will also be very popular for Halloween. So if it's cutesy for summer, it's going to be really spooky for fall.
Yep.
Let's see. Dinosaurs have been big for a long time. Corgis, the dog corgi with the little fuzzy butts. Corgis have been huge. Beard care, that's another one that we touched on last time. Beard care is huge. I just got him a huge kit of all different beard care.
I'm growing out a whole beard this time.
He's going to be a full beard this time.
We'll see. I'll get sick of it halfway through and just switch back to a goatee.
Burgers are huge. Burgers with little faces. Burgers on cards. Burgers, you know, on prints. Burgers are all over the place. Just cute little burgers. And bath bombs are still phenomenally popular. If you've got a bath and body shop, I highly recommend making sure that you incorporate some bath bombs in, because they are huge right now. All right, so let's move on to trending in weddings. Now, a lot of the colors that you see listed here on trendings and weddings are not standalone colors. They are paired with another color. So I've actually given you an example palette next to it, where you can kind of look at these. The creams are a little bit muted if you ended up printing them, but you can see them a little bit more vividly on your computer. Big this year, rose gold, the actual shimmery rose gold. I'm noticing it a lot for the actual bridal parties. And I see it a lot, you know, on the accenting for wine glasses, kind of on the stems. I'm seeing it in stationery. I'm seeing it in guest books. Gold, cream, yellow, bright, vivid yellow is huge as an accent color and for bridesmaid dresses. Pastel pink And you'll notice here we have pastel pink paired with gray and cream. That color palette is really popular. Same with the yellow. We see yellow paired with almost I wouldn't call it burgundy. It's more of an orangish red and cream. It's a really popular palette right now. Let's see. Gray, glitter. Glitter for weddings is huge. I'm seeing it in wine glasses. I'm seeing it in table decor. I'm seeing it in stationery. Coral.
If you're using glitter, please use biodegradable glitter.
Yes, please. Or make sure that the glitter won't come off of whatever you're using.
And if you have glitter left over, don't throw it away.
Yeah.
If you have regular glitter, don't throw it in the trash.
Where do
It'll end up in the ocean eventually.
Where should they put it? Where
You keep it.
Keep it?
It's not biodegradable.
That's
They
true.
can't recycle it. There's nothing they can do with it. Keep it.
Yeah.
It's terrible for the environment.
No glitters.
No glitters.
No glitters. And you can get biodegradable glitter, but
Yes,
make
you
sure
can.
that if you're using a product that has glitter, that the glitter is secured on there. All right, so coral is the color of the year, and a lot of people have tried to figure out how to incorporate coral in with their actual product lines. So one of the most popular coral palettes that I've seen this season is coral, cream, and light blue, which it'll be the third palette on your cheat sheet. And if you guys are just joining us, you can get that cheat sheet down below by clicking the link that's next to the little palm tree icon. But coral and paired with that really light blue has been vividly popular. Let's see, gray, big for weddings. I'm noticing it a lot in bridesmaid dresses, and for the guys, I'm seeing a lot of really light gray suits with a pink tie, like a light pink tie, light gray suit, these really muted colors.
It's more, I think it more weighs over onto this, like what Nate was wearing the other day, the salmon color.
Exactly,
than an actual pink. It's like a faded pink.
Well, like a dusty pink.
Yeah, salmon.
So those were the colors, but trending in weddings in general in terms of themes, in terms of stationery, in terms of what people are doing for their weddings and their parties. For the bridal parties in particular, I'm seeing a lot of brunch parties with mimosas and little donuts and little waffles, and just you can find all these really cute pastel brunch party accessories. I'm noticing a lot of that. Coffee, having like a coffee bar for your wedding reception rather than doing the alcohol, because a lot of people are kind of getting out of this, oh, let's have a wedding and get trash type theme. So I think that people are trying to go in a more, a different, more modern direction. So we're seeing a lot more of these, like the little brunch parties with the mimosas, the coffee bars, the coffee parties. It's just a different spin on it. Vineyards. This is a huge one that I'm seeing for wedding receptions and parties right now, and for wedding actual colors where you're doing the burgundy and the dark green in terms of your actual wedding palette. But vineyards in general, I'm noticing a lot of these really cool wedding receptions that are completely revolved, either taking place in a vineyard or that you have the option to like pick what wine, and they have like a full wine bar where you can do different tastings and things. Shower games, printables. This is a huge one. If you create any type of printable products, you could do different little shower games like funny bingo. You can find all different kinds of ideas on Pinterest where, brides will put them together, but you could make the actual product that could be purchased. Unique invitations. These are ones that open crazy. These are just different, abnormally shaped, different folds, just anything that is beyond a card in an envelope, something crazy, something funky with a texture, or, just something that stands out. Edison bulbs. These outdoor receptions are going to be really big through fall, and I'm noticing Edison bulbs being draped really, really huge. I'm sure that there's a lot of different ways that you could incorporate Edison bulbs into decor. You could make table. I'm sure that like maybe using like some type of empty Edison bulb as like a flower vase, like having it in some type of wire frame. There's all kinds of cool ideas.
Those like quote unquote life hack style things are starting to get pretty popular.
DIY. Fireflies are huge in the summer, and I think that it brings back like that summer romance type thing where you get to feel all childlike and see all the fireflies. But it's really, really huge for receptions and weddings right now. And constellations, talking back about the not so much the astrology, but a night under the stars type theme. Trending in textures, we pretty much already covered these: woven, crochet, wicker, glitter, Sequins are still really big, especially those reversible ones. Holographic things, that goes with the 90s theme. Fake fur, really, really big right now. Tie-dye, and almost like a muted tie-dye, not necessarily a rainbow, but 1 to 2 colors in your tie-dye. Tassels, I'm seeing tassel earrings. I'm seeing tassels on pillows. I'm seeing tassels on blankets. I'm seeing tassels on clothing. I'm seeing tassels in keychains. Natural wood, clay, and leather. And denim and embroidery. Embroidery is huge. And I've been even seeing people getting these tattoos that look like embroidery and almost like cross-stitch work. So that's page 1, guys. Page 2, trending in colors: brass, rose gold, yellow, burnt orange, hot pink, purple, emerald, off-white, cream. And you know what? I'm not even going to go through this whole list because you guys have it. So I'll just show you in context the examples of these. Trending in terms. This is a big one that I've noticed for advertising in particular. Now, you might not get keyword brownie points for this if you're doing your SEO, but in terms of actually describing your products through your marketing, through social media, and in your product descriptions, these might be terms that you want to consider. Natural, cohesive, texture, layers. Layers.
I'm not doing it.
I'm waiting for him to do the Shrek voice. Quiet maximalism, which doesn't make any sense. So I'll have to show you the
maximalism.
Quiet maximalism.
That sounds like 2 words put together.
It is. It's a new term that's emerging, and I'll show you guys an example of what that means.
Maximized wouldn't work.
Apparently not. Splash of color. So having all of like a neutral palette with one singular splash of color. Greenery is a huge term right now, having a splash of greenery. Refined color palette. This is where we're going into these muted, really simple palettes that are popular, talking about having a refined color palette. Monochrome is a term that you might want to use. If you create something with a bold color, you could incorporate the term monochrome into there to complement your monochrome outfit this summer. That might be a term or a sentence that you could throw it into. Eco-friendly. People are looking for eco-friendly right now. Vintage home is another term I'm noticing very frequently. Bold patterns and statement jewelry. So those are all terms that I'm seeing trending a lot just in marketing in general. Let's see. Trending in patterns: dots, big and small, polka dots. Vertical stripes. So stripes that go up and down, not side to side. Up and down stripes are more slimming. I am seeing a couple horizontal stripes.
I'm seeing a lot more slant than I am horizontal. Like with that bikini that you just got, it's got the slanted lines. They don't go left and right, but they're like right in the middle.
Right. Now they go up and down. I'll show.
They're slanted.
I'll show some picture examples here in just a minute. Let's see. Zebra stripes and cheetah print, which we kind of talked about. All the animal prints are huge. Floral. So I've bought so many floral shirts over the last few weeks. It's crazy, but tiny little flowers or big flowers over, a trending color background. Lemons, we've talked about. Camo, almost like a faded camo, like traditional camo, but faded, is coming back. Embroidery. African wax print, which Google it if you don't know what that is. Okay, so here's a big thing about doing a print like this. If it doesn't fit your brand image, I wouldn't recommend doing it because it's very cultural. And there's a fine line, I feel, between doing something cultural because it's cultural and you're trying to represent heritage versus doing it because it's trendy and you don't know a whole lot about it. I'm not saying that I know a whole lot about it, but
it's a good way to get backlash, though.
But you don't want to do anything that could end up getting you backlash. So just be careful for it, or with something like that. Watercolors, watercolor patterns in general are huge right now. And blue and white china, like the actual china, old school, like china dishes, that particular pattern is huge right now. So the resources that I want to show you guys today, my Handmade Alphas is kind of smushed right there. You guys can find all the resources that I'm going to show you right here on the page. And if you're not a member of the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, be sure to join that to carry the discussion on
Try not
after.
to lean far too forward.
I have no way
too much. You're turning into a sun there.
I can't. My arm won't move. We went, and I'm screen sharing anyway. We went to the gym, and as always, we hurt ourselves really bad. So
I'm fine.
I cannot bend my tendons at all. All right, let me pop this open. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we're going to go over some of these trends. And one thing I will say is that we're not going to be able to see the comments while we're going over these. So just save your questions for the end. Let's see, and then we want this one. All right, so we're actually going to start on Target.com.
There we go.
And here, I might be able to scrunch it.
All you're doing when you maximize it is making the screen a bit harder to read.
All right, well, then we'll do this. Okay, so we're going to start with Target.com. And as I mentioned before, guys, make sure that you click the link below to get these cheat sheets. Oh, look, there we are live. To get these cheat sheets that we're using today, because all of the links are on page 3. So first, if you go to Target.com, they are my absolute favorite in terms of trend hunting. And where you want to go is into their trending tab. There's a couple different tabs here that you can search through. I recommend starting with Target Style. This is where people are actually hashtagging Target Style on Instagram. So these are real photos of real people. We're seeing the exact things that we talked about today. You're seeing the cheetah print. We are seeing a couple horizontal lines, but oh, look, you are right. There's some of those slanted lines. But
somebody corrected me and said diagonal. You can tell we haven't had our coffee yet.
Yeah, Nate hasn't brought it yet. Nate, we've got some of these stripes. We're seeing a lot of the colors that are on your sheet. We see the cheetah print with some of that dusty pink in the background. Lots of cheetah print, lots of floral like we discussed. Hot pink, that's a trending color. Light pink is a trending color. Planters, we're seeing another one of the African animals like we talked about. It looks like a leopard. Man, lots of floral. Red is a trending color right now. There's some more planters, fruit slices. Here's that terracotta color that we talked about. Lots of navy, polka dots, stripes, more stripes. So you guys kind of get the idea here. Basically, all of these things are probably going to stick around at least into fall, other than, you know, the bikini styles. So let's go ahead and go into our next tab. We're going to go into Target Finds. This is one of my favorite. I did not list Patriotic for our U.S. residents.
That's just kind of obvious.
Well, 4th of July is going to be like, it's what, next week. So we're kind of behind on the game. But when you go through this actual Target Styles tab, you can find all of these different trends and really dig into them. So if we open up this one, we see hot pink is a trending color this summer. And you can see, look, there's the tassels. There is a woven watch band like we talked about. Here we've got really 90s aesthetics here. We've got these goofy glasses going on, these crazy bold watches. There's a record player, flamingos, more tassels. Go ahead and pop it back down here. Camping, I told you guys camping is huge. Camping parties, you can do different camping invitations. You could even do a camping theme. It might be cute to do a camping theme for a bridal shower or a bachelor party. Let's see. We've got yoga themes, which with yoga, I mean, there's a lot more than just yoga. It's kind of a lifestyle. We're going into home and living. We're going into water bottles. We're going into decor. You can go into candles. There's a lot of different cool things that you can really kind of tie to this trend and find people who would collaborate in these niches so that you can really benefit. Go ahead and pop this closed. White is huge right now. Solid white. Let's see. Let's go down. And then now we're getting into Father's Day. All of the Pride products are huge right now. Let's see. And Now notice, here's where we're talking about those backgrounds, where I talked about how the pink and the coral is trending and how yellow is trending, but your products don't necessarily need to follow these color trends. Look at how these photos are laid out, where the photo or the products themselves don't necessarily tie into these colors, but they're really choreographed with these nice monotone backgrounds, or monochrome, I'm sorry. A lot of the same things that we've talked about: fruit slices, pineapples, flamingos, planters, tassels. Textures are huge right now. And pop this down. Here we are with these backgrounds again. 90s pool parties. Here's that terracotta color that I talked about that's so huge. And I love this color. I bought a ton of shirts in this color. Bridal showers. So let's go ahead and... Oh, wait. That's the wrong link. Give me just a second. So we've got bridal showers in here. There's a lot of great ideas. We're seeing a lot of that rose gold incorporated, lots of gold. We're seeing kind of the vineyard theme, the wine and cheese. So there's a lot of different ideas here. Bridal shower games. Go ahead and close that out. And here's that yellow that I talked about. We're seeing the lemons. We're seeing the bananas. Lots of different themes here. All right, so... let me pop back into the top. And let's see. I can't remember exactly what section I want to go.
Probably
into.
not
I think
that
it's spotlight. No, ideas and stuff. I don't remember where it's at. On your cheat sheet, there's actually one that talks about sunrooms as well. But, oh, no. No, that's Safari. Here's some of those African prints that we talked about in the macrame and the wicker and how that all incorporates together. Here it is. This is what I want. Okay. So going through and reading this description, first of all, if you don't like the products themselves, that's okay. This is that quiet maximalism term that she's talking about. Using neutral colors, neutral materials, and tons of textures. So that sounds really silly, but the textures all together, I think that it's a really interesting trend that's emerging that if I were you, I would consider taking note of. So go through and read some of these when you have time. They're listed on your cheat sheet because these are great product descriptions in general. But in terms of decor, this is the direction that decor is going. We're going for a nice minimalist look with a lot of texture and personality. See, these pillows are all very textured, lots of fine patterns. Everything is very fine and minimalist, little touches of greenery. We're seeing some of those prints. Here's the zebra again. We've got some large flowers and flower prints, that muted pink. There's some rose gold. Here's a touch of that coral. Pillows, we're seeing the tassels again, tassels on the curtains, tassels on, this looks like a seat cushion. And then we're seeing a lot of this nice olive green and this touch of greenery paired with black and white. So lots of good ideas here. All right, so let's move on to our next resource, which is firebox.com. This is one that I don't tend to scroll through when we're on YouTube because they do have some inappropriate, like naughty products, and we don't want to get demonetized. But this is a really great one if you create witty and trendy items. I recommend going into the top 50 tab. I'll go ahead and click it and hope that there's nothing bad on the front page. And basically you can just go through and see what things in the kind of quirky market are trending. So this is firebox.com.
Just don't scroll.
Yeah, I'm not going to scroll. All right. So last one that I want to show you guys is the E-Rank trending on Etsy report. This one you can find in reports under trending on Etsy. I believe you need to be a pro member to access this page. But what this page is going to do is show you the top 10 Etsy search terms for last month, which last month was May. So you can go through and kind of see what has been consistent. Terms that were trending up or down in May. So this will be last month, whatever the last month was, this will update and it'll show you what was up and down in that month. And then you can look back 1 year ago and look at what was trending June 2018, July 2018, and August 2018. And this is going to be especially useful around the holidays when you need to follow trends for winter and gift giving. So though, you know, sales aren't high right now on Etsy in general because it's summer, people are buying vacations, they're not buying products.
What's neat about that is a lot of this stuff is the same. So you go in like June last year and you've got stuff like slime and obviously Father's Day gift, but clothing, weddings, you know, your typical summer stuff.
Yeah, and you can...
And enamel pins, those were popular last year around this time.
Oh, I'm going to move my arm over here.
Mother's Day gifts. I don't know why people were searching that in June, but...
Yeah, that's a little weird. But you can really see when wedding season kicks in too. We've got wedding, we've got bridesmaid gift, and then we switch to July and we have cake topper, bridesmaid gift, engagement ring, and then we pop over here. We've still got bridesmaid gift, engagement ring. So this tells us that these themes are going to be consistent through August as well. And we can see that around August is when people started searching for autumn. So this is really, really interesting. Make sure that if you're not a pro member for eRank, I highly recommend joining. It's $9 or $10 a month, $9.99 a month. It is so worth it to have insights like this, and it's updated each month. And as always, we are not affiliates of eRank. We are just really good friends with Anthony, and we love everything that he does.
To me, it looks like in June, the ladies start searching for wedding stuff, and then around August time, the guys they finally get mad and, you know,
start getting their engagement
starting
ring.
to get their engagement rings because they couldn't take the hints. It took them 2 months to get it.
Well, there's a little bit in July. There's a little bit in there.
A little bit in there. A little sprinkling, a couple smart ones in there.
And then the last page is Etsy Journal, which is the blog. I highly recommend popping over here to see what's currently trending on Etsy, though much of what you see on Target is going to be consistent over here. I really enjoyed this article. I felt like it was very cohesive with what Target was representing for their sunroom theme. This is salmon. This is more of a dusty pink, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's brighter, like a one tone brighter than salmon pink.
But we're still seeing a lot of white. We're seeing a lot of neutrals, these touches of greenery. Scrolling through, here's that kind of sunroom space. We're seeing that same wicker.
Wooden wicker.
Lots and lots of wicker.
Reclaimed wood is always going to be another one that's pretty big. There's not a lot of it going on on the trends and stuff, but reclaimed wood has always been pretty popular. Handmade
pottery is still really big right now, and like I said, textures are huge. You can see on these napkins, gold is big. You can see the silverware on the table. Every single aspect of these photos has been well thought out, and you can definitely tell that everything is choreographed for this particular look. You can see the lemon slices, how they've used them in a marketing photo as opposed to incorporating them into the product, along with these tassel earrings. So these are all some really good ideas. So I recommend going through Etsy Journal, taking a scroll. You can look at some of the shops that are already doing really well and the palettes that they're using. I really like these featured shop sections, or you can look at a singular shop that's already doing very well and really take a deep dive into what they sell and the palettes that they're using. You can see that blue and white is really, really popular. These kind of uneven patterns are really, really huge. Lots of good ideas here. So make sure that you scroll through and really try to find something that pertains to your industry in particular. And you can also really get an idea for what's trending when you see enchanting DIY embroidery kits, and you know that, this is the top of the line. This shop right here is the top because they're getting featured. You know that this is obviously an item that would be trending, embroidery kits. So there's some good ideas for you guys. All right, let's go ahead and pop down. I know that this was a long one, so let's get to some questions. Let's go ahead and stop screen sharing. All right, Mr. Moore, you go ahead and read the questions.
Focus.
My arm hurts.
Is there going to be a replay? There's almost always a replay. Click the link in the email or the picture in the email that brought you to this video, and it will always take you to the replay.
Yes, or go to my channel, and there will. Webinars are the only thing that we can't guarantee a replay for because they're longer, and YouTube has to render that content, and there always is a possibility when we do a 2-hour webinar that webinar will poof, or part of it will mess up and we'll have to delete it. So, but these
at the very least, usually we can download them. So we can try to download them and re-upload them if we have to.
Right.
And then we'll send out another email or something if that ever happens. If you use your trending colors for backgrounds for your pictures, would that conflict with your branding, or could that conflict with your branding?
Yes, that's why you should only do it if it follows, if the theme would follow your branding, or if there's another way to incorporate it in. So, for example, Tiffany & Co., we all know their iconic colors are Tiffany blue and white and a little touch of black, right? But what Tiffany & Co. will do during, we'll say Valentine's Day, is sometimes they'll take a photo of one of their products over a light pink background for Valentine's Day, like maybe one of their rings, but they always make sure to add in a touch of their original branding colors. So they'll throw in like a little heart in the corner that's in Tiffany blue, or they'll make sure that the stone itself or the product has some Tiffany blue in it. So there are ways to to still use these color trends, but that don't go against your branding. And don't make these like your thumbnails in your Etsy shop. Make sure that you're using these for marketing. For marketing photos in particular, your branding colors don't need to be consistent 100% of the time. Not every single photo needs to be perfectly branded in your colors, but there should be subtle hints that imply your branding, whether those be your branding colors or just your logo.
And said your jewelry theme link is from April 2018.
Which one? A couple of these links are a little bit older, but because I saw that the trends were still theming, yes, they're older, but because that particular style of jewelry with the, what was it? The tassels and almost like the wound jewelry with the strings, that trend has remained consistent. So I kept that particular article.
Tina said, I'm very fortunate that my sales doubled this month over last month. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Let's see. This is on Etsy. Etsy finds, or sorry, my girl's distracted me. You'd have to be more specific about what exactly you're talking about.
Etsy, the Etsy one was Etsy Journal, but all the links are on the last page of this cheat sheet, which is listed down below next to the little palm tree.
Where is the Etsy journal? Don't ever recall seeing it within Etsy.
Google Etsy Journal.
Yeah, it'll probably be the first link that pops up.
Google Etsy Journal and it'll
How
pop
far
up.
in advance do trends start popping up for the next season?
Well, it
depends, really.
Yeah, it really does. Stores start stocking their holiday stuff about 2 to 3 months in advance, unless you're Hobby Lobby, which they already have Christmas stuff out. Usually you can expect it about 2 months before, which is why you want to make sure that you're identifying these trends early. That's where the E-Rank report or the trending on Etsy report comes in handy, because you can kind of look ahead based on what has been taking place and what was trending in the past. And it's really helpful. So we usually try to get a trends video out right when we identify enough trends that, there's a possibility that they could continue for a few months. We'll try to get one for fall a little bit sooner. So maybe aim for September, maybe even August, do our fall one. That way you guys have a little bit more time.
Should we use these trends as tags?
Only if you research them on erank.com and make sure that they're searched for them. If you're guessing your tags, you're doing your tags wrong. You need to make sure that you're actually researching those keywords to see if people are searching for them, because if no one's searching for them, there's no point in tagging them.
And that's it. That's all we got.
That's all we got?
A lot of thank yous. Rabbit Phoenix says she's got an amazing review and she's going to share it.
Ooh.
I'm glad you got a good review.
Well, guys, feel free to go ahead and type in some questions into the
Kidia or Quidia, you're a little late.
Just a little bit.
Because we about to be done.
But you can get the cheat sheet
You
that we covered
can.
today down below next to the palm tree icon. It's free to download. And for those of you who are already on my email list, it's not going to double subscribe you to my email list. Just like quick disclaimer there. Let's see. Do you think the monocolor theme is possible for a drop shipping store? Of course. Why not? Why wouldn't it be? For monochrome, just keep a color palette consistent through your marketing photos. I would just make sure that you're showing. Oh, do you mean for your market? You mean like using the monochrome backgrounds? You would just have to create a mock-up photo if you're. I think it would really depend. I need a little bit more context. I don't see why not.
When do you think fall wedding searches are starting on Etsy?
We saw searches emerging in August, according to eRank last year. That's where autumn started.
The ones that we just had up had wedding trending in July. Engagement rings are starting in July, August.
Yeah, if you're doing a fall wedding in particular, I would say around August would be.
Sorry, that was getting on my nerves. It won't focus and it's aggravating me. There we go.
There we go.
My niche is so small, I often have no searches for my tags. And you might need to expand a little bit. If your niche is so small that there are no searches for the tags, then that means that the product probably isn't going to get searched for.
Right.
So you're either going to have to think of different terms for the product, or you might have to switch what you're doing with the product or the product entirely, or they're not going to sell.
Think outside the box. Stop thinking so much about what the product is and trying to find a million ways to describe what the product is, and think more about who it's for.
Look at what your competitors are using.
And look at the terms that were just trending on Etsy. Pop that eRank tab open for me again. We had gift, bridesmaid gift. Let's see, Father's Day. Like, these don't point to a specific type of product. They point to a gift term. These are gift terms that point to an event. So I would start trying to think about gift terms if at all possible. All right.
Let's see here. Bright
light.
What are y'all having for lunch? I just ate, so I don't know.
I have no idea. Nate is going to be coming over and bringing us coffee, and we are going to record our unboxing video. We have a lot of packages.
See, I just launched a giveaway today using your raffle copy giveaway via HTU and shut the front door. Email subscribers and request to join my VIP loop group have skyrocketed.
Yes, congrats. We teach that both in HTU and in HAA. So that's my super secret sauce strategy.
I have a question. How are you guys feeling from your auto renewable cold? We don't have cold.
Auto renewable cold. Do you mean, are you?
Because we've been quite sick the past few months.
No, I think, does she mean that, or does she mean how she means Etsy, like people are complaining about not making Etsy sales because of the auto renew?
I don't know.
Feature. Yelissa, what do you mean? Because I haven't really, the whole, if you're talking about the auto renew thing, I really don't think it's a big. Oh, yes, because you've been sick.
Yeah.
I thought that you meant like the...
No, we're not sick. Our allergies are just really bad. Both of us have pretty bad allergies.
I thought she meant about the auto renew that people are.
We're not going to get into that. We only got a couple minutes left.
I know.
The auto renew isn't a big deal. If it's a problem, then go in and adjust your settings.
Yeah.
That's all we got to say.
But we're not sick. We always have like a mild allergy sniffle in the summer.
And I have a bunch of questions. Let's go.
All right.
Pending it goes with your brand, what do you think of using, say, a blush pink coral paper for every flat lay pic on Instagram instead of wood, etc.?
Yeah.
As long as it matches the products. Okay.
For Instagram, totally. Absolutely. Especially if it fits your branding.
Do you have any suggestions about booths inside local boutiques? I recently joined a home decor store full of farmhouse items. I'm still trying to get the idea of the locals.
I would recommend going onto Pinterest and looking up different examples. I've never done a booth in an actual store, but I have done a lot of vendors events, and I always got the best ideas looking on Pinterest and looking at different displays that other people have done. So that would be my ultimate recommendation, is to hop onto Pinterest and just get some really good examples. And then from there, you're just going to have to kind of start building something that really executes not just your products, but well establishes your personal branding as well, if the shop is allowing you to do that. That way people know, you know, what your brand is all about, so that if they want to Google you, they can find you later and shop directly from you.
I know this is an e-ring thing for sure, but what do you think about including words like summer clothes for keywords?
That's fine. You'd have to switch them out when you're done, and you have to make sure that you're researching them. So if you don't, without knowing what the results on those terms would be, there's no way I can weigh in. But it's the same as if you were going to label something as great Christmas gift for guys. After Christmas, you would, of course, want to go in and remove that term from all of your listings. So as long as you're okay with going in and removing it later, then you should be fine.
I'm starting to think that the new linking photos to variations is huge. Do you think people will look at product photos more enthusiastically now?
I haven't really experimented with it yet, so I don't want to give any feedback as of right now. In terms of how people interact with photos, there is a lot that goes into that. There's eye mapping software that actually shows almost like a heat sensor as to where people are spending a lot of time looking. This would be something that I would personally like to see before we get any, you know, detailed overviews as to how it's actually working. Because right now there's just not enough data on it. If I were to predict, and if you just want my opinion, I think that if they don't make it more obvious, I don't think a lot of people are going to use it. Not to mention, a lot of Etsy buyers are shopping from mobile, and I don't know how the mobile capabilities are going to be. I believe that a majority of Etsy shoppers do come from mobile. I
think a lot of it's going to be dependent on what products you sell. Because like if it's just like one piece where like one little color on something is changing, I could understand that. But if you have like, I don't know, say you sell t-shirts and you have the same design on 10 different colors of t-shirt and it automatically switches the picture, like I think that would be useful. But it's not going to be for everybody.
Yeah.
It won't make sense for everybody to sit and take a picture. Like with our jewelry, like it wouldn't really make a lot of sense to sit and take a picture of one with every single color in it, when realistically you could just do the same thing with a hue tool and like iPicky.
Right.
Let's see here. Allergies bad here. That's pretty much it, yo. Auto renew will be standard. We have to shut them off. I'm happy about that. It's annoying sitting and doing all that anyway. Thanks. You're welcome.
Let's see. Starla, I know it's a little off topic, but
I've already done every question.
Want to know what happened to your arm at the gym?
Oh, she just works out too hard because she doesn't take it easy. And then she injures her tendons.
I do. I only did one set of biceps.
We used to lift every day, and we attempt to lift at the strength that we used to lift at, and our nerves and tendons and muscles aren't used to it anymore. So the swelling is way worse than it should be. Yeah.
If you guys follow me on Instagram, and if not, my Instagram name is Starla, the letter K More, Starla K More. You guys can see a picture that I took at the gym. I have huge biceps for a woman, and I know that is weird, and you guys don't really see them, but when I go to the gym and I actually have a pump, my biceps are massive. But because of that, because I don't lift as much as I should, when I do lift, because they are still strong, they're just as strong as they've always have been, and I can still lift a lot of weight. But because my tendons themselves aren't used to that weight, I'll feel totally fine. I'll feel like I'm lifting nothing. But then the next day,
she just doesn't listen to me. I tell her to back off, and she doesn't.
I only did 20 pounds.
But you can't lift your arms today, and I'm fine.
I know. They hurt.
And I did back and biceps.
I can't extend them out at all. This is as far as I can extend my arms. They're really, really sore. All right.
We have 1 minute.
Did we have any last minute questions? All right, guys. So let's go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will be recording our unboxing video today. It will take a little while to edit, and we have something planned for next week. The unboxing may not get done by then because this cool thing will involve me, Nate, and Mark, and Nate is our editor, so we don't know when it'll be done, but it is on the way. Congrats to our class of 2019 Handmade Alpha Academy students. Class will be open again December 1st. So if you guys have not marked it on your calendar, be sure to do so you can get on our list and join when doors open again. And lastly, guys, make sure that you grab the cheat sheet down below. It will be available perpetually. And I'll probably send an email maybe tonight or tomorrow for, you know, anybody who didn't watch the Q&A, just reminding you guys to get the cheat sheet. So if you already got it, don't worry if you get the email tonight. I just want to make sure that everybody receives it. Other than that, guys, have an amazing weekend. Hopefully our arms will be recovered. We're not sure if we're going to be doing a Q&A this upcoming Friday because of the super cool plans that we...
Probably not. I would expect not. Plan for there not to be. We will try. If we can, we will. But if we do, it'll probably be no topic, I would imagine.
But the reason is going to be so worth it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be so worth it. So you guys are not going to miss us at all because you're going to be so excited as to what we're doing. But anyway, guys, have a great weekend, and we will see you
maybe 2 weeks, maybe next week. Stay tuned to find out.
They should get a video sometime. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.